One great question is all it takes to build a generational brand, or for the sake of simplicity, we are calling this presentation Questions That Build Great Brands. Now, I'm Zach. I am the Director of Operations at Design Co. I call myself the mad scientist, but got to keep it more professional. We build unforgettable brands, and the bottom line is that if you are looking for your next project, if you're looking for your next overall rebrand, if you're looking for your next web redesign, look no further. Head to designco.co and check out some of our work. But let's jump into this. So the bottom line is that BS does not convert. Legendary plans, legendary strategy, a legendary connection with your audience is ultimately what builds conversions. Is what, gets you more customers, happier customers, and longer lifetime value, which is what we all want, right? But this conversation was born out of an interaction that I had recently with somebody who I was potentially going to work with on ad ops. I was looking to hire an ad ops guy. That position has since been filled, so no need for the emails. But I was struck by just how painful the process of this interview was. This person was asking me questions almost as though they were reading verbatim off of a script, trying to get me emotional, trying to get me into that scarcity place. Because theoretically this is what gets people to buy, but for me it just felt like I was wasting my time. It just felt like this person did not care about me, did not care about my business, and was just trying to catch the sale. Now, this is the death of creativity, because in my opinion, what this is doing is getting you to associate the questioning process as one of sleaze and one of irrelevancy, right? But the reality is that these questions genuinely are incredibly important, and if we associate them with cringe, with the sleazy kind of sales tactics, we are failing our customers, right? We are failing the market. We are failing the fundamental purpose of our business and why we founded it in the first place, or why the founders created it in the first place, to solve a problem. But great questions create great ideas, and great ideas are what great brands are built on. And so what my hope really is with this video is to get you back into that place where you are comfortable asking yourself these creative questions, where you are comfortable being willing to go through this process as one of being a deeply spiritual process, a deeply purpose-based process, and not one where you are just trying to catch sales, have the best clickbait hooks, and be somebody that is trending for a day and then gone tomorrow, right? We need to ask the right questions to get our business to grow and attract new customers, and the best possible customers for us, really, right? So before we get deeper into this, I want you to approach this presentation from the perspective of being a creative director, as somebody who is in touch with the emotional side of the business, in touch with the deep, etheric mission aspect of the business. Right. And the simplest way that you can do that is by asking yourself, what is the one big thing? What is the one sentence that fundamentally formulates what your company is answering, right? How your company is serving its customers. I've gone ahead and put together a few examples of companies that have been able to answer this one big question, have been able to formulate their entire brand under this one big question. So, can my brand have the quality of an internationally recognized retailer that's also famous for its environmental and sustainability practices? Here you have Patagonia. Can I stay in a location that is more affordable than a hotel, more personalized to my needs, all managed entirely from my phone? Every single one of us at this point has probably seen the Airbnb ad that's like, you want to go on vacation with your kid, but you don't want to share a bedtime with your kid, right? And the animation is like opening up this three-dimensional space to create more and more room for this individual based on their needs, for whatever their journey is at that moment. Very powerful. And this is exactly the nutshell of what Airbnb does, right? They're creating a personalized stay experience for you, with essentially infinite options and all kinds of different filters that you can sift through to get a very personalized stay experience. I have a SpaceX one here. I have a ChatGPT one here, although this is not was not supposed to be OpenAI. I was supposed to put a Google picture here, but everybody makes mistakes. But so I want you to see if you can pause this video and ask yourself that one question. If you were to ask this is the experience that I'm looking for, this is the solution that I'm looking for, what is that question that fundamentally comprises your entire business? Can you do that? It might be something worth thinking about if you can't do it right in the moment, but if you can, pause this video and see if you can write out that question, because that will make this process so much easier for you going forward. So with that being said, let us jump into the first question. So The first question that I am challenging you with is, how do you want your brand to look and feel? Most of these questions you'll find are passion-based questions. They are emotion, feeling-based questions. Most people, when they go into a movie that they don't like, right, they can't immediately tell you why that is coming out, right? When they come out of a movie that they did like, they can't tell you the metric, detailed specifics exactly why they liked that movie. Over time, they most definitely can, but in the moment for them, it is a very feeling-based experience. All consumerism is like this. Every single experience that you have, most consumers will make the decision of whether or not they like a product or service within seconds of purchasing it. Why is that? It's based on the feedback mechanisms. It's based on the emotional elements of that brand. And that is why branding is so important. So right now, pause this video and try to really steep in the feeling-based questions, right? What is the feeling? What is the look? What is the energy that I am getting? The vibration that I personally feel when I am experiencing a brand? Go ahead, answer that question. Question number 2. What are the key elements of your brand story? Super simple, right? Every single one of us wants to have a generational brand that is remembered, right? And is looked up to and associated with certain elements of our society. You already have a brand story, and as simple or as boring as you might think it is, it can be fleshed out. It can be romanticized. It can be created into something really engaging, right? And so right now I want you to see if you can pause this video and map out what that brand story is. The energy behind the founding, the energy that the founders had and their desire to serve the marketplace, right? What is the big idea that they had that they wanted to serve people with? What was the process like getting that product or service to market, right? Map out as much as you can about your brand story, because this is something that you can capitalize as time goes on. Every single person wants to be part of a story, and the clearer that story is, the more they feel engaged, like the hero that they are participating in your story, right? Get after it. So before we move on to question number 3, there is a caveat that I have for this entire presentation. You'll notice that these 2 questions are very personal to you, right? They're very focused around you as the focal point, as the founder, as the creative director, as the director of advertising and marketing, whatever your position is, right? These questions were intended to get to you, right? And I'm sort of, what do I want to say? I'm sort of roping you into a little process here, because now I want you to think from the perspective of your customer, right? So question number 3, what do your clients celebrate you for? And I included a great quote from Marty Neumeier, who is a titan in the branding and marketing space. Brand isn't what you say it is what they say it is. And that is 100% true. There are so many companies nowadays that are really struggling because they want to essentially force an idea onto their marketplace. They want to decide what their brand is. They want to decide how their brand is perceived. And that's a struggle, because you are fighting against the infinite tides of testimonials and reviews from your current clients. They are the ones that this brand is for fundamentally, right? All of the best brands, like we started this presentation with, are founded around solving a problem for somebody else, not creating an awesome idea that you really love and then trying to get other people to adopt it. There may be a time and a place for that, but the best brands, the easiest, the most scalable brands are built on solving problems that currently exist in the marketplace. So what do your clients celebrate you for? Are you able to contact them? Are you able to meet with them and chat with them and really get to understand them? Another sort of invitation with this question is, do you have a system for learning about your clients? Do you have a system for understanding what those pain points and what those positive takeaways from working with you are? Because if you don't, you are going to struggle. You are going to get beat by somebody who prioritizes the relationship with the customer and systematizes that relationship. So that's something to think about. And if that's something that you are not really sure how to go about doing, if you're really interested in building that out for yourself, we do offer free 15-minute phone calls that we can help you chat through that. But that's absolutely, that's really integral for growing your business long term, is making sure that your feedback is systematized, right? So moving on, question number 4, where is the brand story missing for your customer, right? What is missing from their experience? And once again, if you don't have a system to talk to your clients, you have no way of understanding this, right? So now that we've done this, and of course for questions 3 and 4, go ahead, pause this video, go through those questions, and my friends, the more time that you can take with this stuff, I'm not asking you to sit down and answer each question for half an hour, right? But if you can take 5 minutes with each question, go into a little meditation, close your eyes, relax yourself, try to vicariously place yourself in the position of your clients asking these questions, you're going to be so much better off, and you're going to get, you're going to get a lot from taking the time to watch this video. So now that you've done this, now that you've gone through questions 3 and 4, I want you to go back to question 1 and question 2, and then see if you can ask these questions from the perspective of your clients, right? How do your clients want to feel, right? What is the experience that they want to have? The feeling-based, emotion-based experience, right? Once again, most people are making the decision of whether or not they are satisfied with the experience in the first 15 seconds. If you provide an excellent launch to your clients, if that first moment where they buy your product, where they experience your service does feel deep, does feel truly connective, you can make more mistakes down the road, and they are willing to forgive that because they feel personally connected and invested in this brand. Right, once again, what are the key elements of your brand story according to your clients? Do they know? Does it feel dead? These are excellent questions that you can ask to get some really powerful feedback to start to adjust your brand to be one that is, in fact, generational. So that's what I said here. I should have done this slide first. So what do you think versus how do they think? What's the difference, right? And can you start to bridge that gap and really become comfortable existing as a brand that is based on what they think, right? Does that make sense? So if you'd like to embark on your journey of figuring out your own clients, leaning into your own legacy, check out our website, designco.co. Check out our offers. Go ahead and sign up. We are really excited to work with you. If you have any questions, comments, drop them below. And this is our first YouTube video, so hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let us know what your feedback is, because, my friends, it can only get better from here. So take it easy. Adios. Bye-bye.